So what if I told you that no matter how efficient your skincare routine is, no matter how good your techniques are, no matter how high-end your products are, no matter how renowned your esthetician is, if you don't have consistency, you will never see the transformation you're setting out for. Come on in here, let's talk about it. Hey there, welcome to Bianca TV. My name is Bianca and I am back with another video. So today we're going to talk about consistency, and we're going to talk about how consistency plays into confidence and how it aligns with skincare, especially anti-aging skincare, which is what we love to talk about over here. So confidence does not come from everything looking perfect, even though it does seem like the most confident people have everything in place, right? And everything's just together. But that's not really how it works. It actually comes from showing up. It's showing up for yourself, showing up for your skin, showing up for your future. And yes, it is that serious. When it comes to keeping your word to yourself, when it comes to keeping the promises that you make to yourself, it's very important. By now we should all be in a place, now that we're over 35, 40, we should be in a place where we can be more efficient with keeping our promises to ourselves and making sure that we show up for ourselves, because we've shown up for others for a really long time. Even if you're still showing up for others, it's a beautiful thing to be able to be counted on. It's a beautiful thing for people to know that they can look to you for help and everything. But at the end of the day, the most beautiful thing of all is that whatever promises you make to yourself, you keep those promises. And this is not just with skincare, but for now we're going to focus on anti-aging routines. This could also apply to just maybe changing your mindset or certain goals that you want to reach. And they could be really simple goals. It could be eating better. It could be incorporating juicing in your diet. Now I'm just talking about stuff I'm doing. Incorporating juicing in your diet, walking more, getting your cholesterol down like your doctor said. There's just so many things. Reading more books, less scrolling time, less TV time. So showing up. Showing up for yourself is extremely important. The real secret to success is not magic, it's consistency. Being consistent, showing up for yourself consistently every single day, that's the secret to success. Okay, so let's hone it in and focus on why consistency is so important when it comes specifically to skincare, which is our favorite place, right? So in skincare, especially when it comes to anti-aging, results don't happen overnight. The skin regenerates itself, the skin cells turn over every 28 days. This is why we as licensed estheticians always tell our clients when they say, when should I come in for my next facial? The standard answer is 4 to 6 weeks, because this allows the skin cells that time that they need to regenerate. Otherwise, we will actually be aggravating that process and the skin's barrier would be compromised, and we would indeed be doing more harm than good. So with that being said, 28 days means that what you do every single day matters more than ever. If you're using retinol, if you're using antioxidants, if you're using peptides, you have to give it time. Skipping days or even switching up your products, this literally resets your process to step one. And that's what you don't want to do. So consistency is literally what allows progress to build. You have to be consistent when it comes to skincare, especially anti-aging skincare, because this is the skincare that you want to see the what? The transformation, the results. You want to see a difference. So if you really want to see a difference, the consistency is key. Especially when you think about the fact that, like I just said, once you skip days, especially more than once you go without taking off your makeup, sleeping in that makeup, certain things that you do, it literally negates all the work you've already done. So it's really not worth it. Again, like not keeping your promises to yourself, it's like the biggest betrayal of all, right? And I guess at the end of the day, what kind of makes consistency so difficult is because you have to hold yourself accountable. If your goal is to meditate or, you know, whatever, you want to keep to again, I'm speaking on my own stuff. If you want to keep to a certain routine in the morning. You want to get up at a certain time. You don't want to open your phone and scroll for an hour. You want to get up and you want to start doing this. You want to work out. You want to prepare this, right? Every morning is you amped up every night. This is what you want to do, and every morning some kind of way you fall into your old habit. A certain amount of self-accountability is definitely necessary, so you have to have discipline. You have to develop it if you don't already have it. The work will pay off. The consistency will pay off. What people don't see you doing, it'll pay off. Just do it consistently. Don't even worry about the payoff. Worry about mastering whatever it is you're doing. Don't forget, consistency is what allows progress to build, right? So when you're consistent, I mean, you're doing this every single day and every single night, you're absolutely bound to see results, guaranteed. The person that you're becoming when no one is looking is what makes you worth looking at when everybody is watching. Don't forget that. I love that saying. If you do that, you absolutely will see fewer lines and wrinkles. You absolutely will see brighter skin. You absolutely will see a smoother texture, and you absolutely will see a better skin tone. It is inevitable. It's how it works. It is the law of consistency. All right, let's talk about why most people quit. A lot of people quit, especially at the beginning of a journey that is going to take a while. They quit because it starts off so slow. They barely see progress. They barely see results. This is why you have so many people in the gym at the beginning of the year because of the New Year's resolution. And then by what, February, March, the gym is back, to the regular folks again because they didn't keep the promise to themselves. And the thrill is gone. If you really want to see results in anything, you have to be consistent like we just talked about, because that consistency builds up momentum. Once you do something over and over again every single day, you have a momentum built up. That is when you see results. More than likely, when people quit, they're quitting right before they're going to see results, because there is a moment or a time in any journey right before you see results when you're absolutely exasperated, like the man that stopped digging for gold right before you hit the goal. That's how it is for real. It's really difficult. But it's so worth it to stay the course. It's so worth it. And especially when it comes to your skincare, the results are so wonderful. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing that your age is showing in your face, the age, the stress, whatever else has been going on. Life's for all of us. And so you end up looking in the mirror one day and saying, wow, I look really different. I don't look like I used to look. That's a real thing. Not to mention, if you're going through perimenopause or menopause, you are not only looking different, but you are feeling different. Everything. It can really take its toll, right? So when you take on a project that is for yourself, for your self-improvement, you absolutely have to have the wherewithal to be consistent. You have to have the discipline to continue, because once you build that momentum and see the result, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I cannot tell you how my confidence and how everything was boosted. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience with skincare. I went to esthetician school in my mid-40s. Let's talk about that. So I went my whole life like a lot of other people. I didn't have a skincare regimen. I did not do any precautionary routines in my 20s and 30s to prevent fine lines and wrinkles. I did none of that. I did not know about any of that. I was a makeup artist. I started doing that in 2014. I went to school in 2022, and every single day, I got a facial, because that is part of it. You're practicing on each other. That's what the students are doing. So at least for the first 2 months, there's a facial happening every single day. So this is the perfect example of the transformation that I offer my clients. This is me. This is before my very first facial in the esthetician program at Douglas J. Aveda. So this is my before, and then this is me just 4 months after that. This is due to intensive anti-aging facials during the 4-month program. Huge difference, right? Again, here's the before. So you could basically see exactly what age I was in my face. And then here's my after. A huge improvement as far as fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, everything. So momentum can be your secret weapon, because momentum works in both directions. So every time that you skip your routine, every time that you make an excuse, every time that you break a promise to yourself, you're building momentum in the wrong direction. And every time that you do show up for yourself, every time that you do perform the routine, and you let momentum actually take over because you're doing it every single day, when you do that, you're building confidence, and that confidence builds discipline, and that discipline eventually builds you the life that you deserve and the life that you can be proud of. I have. Have you? Put in the comments if you've ever experienced that before, where you're on a roll, you're doing good with something, and then boom, you stop or you miss one time, and now your routine is interrupted and you don't go back to it for a long time. And there's a huge amount of guilt and beating yourself up and just being disappointed in yourself, which is such a bad feeling. Yeah, so we understand. We all have been there before. But yeah, reset to zero every time. So looking at it this way should really assist us in being disciplined enough to stay consistent, get that momentum going, and see the transformation that we desire, not just in skincare, but in whatever we are undertaking that requires us to make a promise to ourselves to do it every day. So being here at the tender age of 40 something, over 45, we are really blessed to be here. And I say that because I'm sure that you can think of a lot of people who thought that they would be here in this year of 2025 that are not. They're simply not here. They've passed away. And you could have never predicted it, right? You would have never thought. So I say that to say we have all, especially if you are at the age of 40 and up, we've all experienced a lot of things, right? These things can kind of make us fearful, reserved. That fear and that reservation can, however, sometimes keep us from growth, and that growth can keep us from a really beautiful life that we otherwise won't have. So this is about perspective. And not really looking at yourself as a victim. Instead of looking at it like that, look at it like, I'm equipped to handle XYZ because I had to handle that way back when. So that gives me something that I can teach now. So I'm going to go ahead and get a skincare routine so I can get my skin together and get my attitude together and get my glow on, so that I can spread this message to those who need to hear it about what I know, because what I know, they don't know. That is what you have to, that's where we have to be, you guys. Listen, I'm right now talking to folks my age. That's where we have to be, because everything is different. And so you're reflecting on your own past and how things were for us and with us. It can go left. It can definitely be negative. So it's everything is intentional. How you're thinking about your life right now, it has to be intentional. It has to be positive. You have to implement changes when you recognize that they're needed, or if someone close to you recognizes it, or if you go to therapy and it's recognized there. Whatever is going on, now is the time for us to grow, to become better. And we already have so much to share. We have so much to offer. We're already so very valuable. So there's some confidence right there. Why not learn and gain new insights? Be consistent with whatever it is we're trying to get into or do, whatever results you're trying to see. That's all I'm here to talk about. Like, yes, it's all about skin, but it's also about us. And this being a very special time in our lives. And I am talking about ladies and gentlemen over 40, 45, okay? So I have to check out my outline very often because I get all off. I'm sorry. So it's tempting to blame your schedule, to blame your job, to blame your age, to blame your mood, and to basically blame anything that you can when it comes to why you were not or are not consistent with something. But again, every setback that you've experienced has equipped you with resilience and strength, a resilience and a strength that you would not otherwise have. And so victims, we are not. And that's not the route we're going to take. We will always win. Okay? And that's what you have to remember, because we were built for just this. Whatever's going on right now, we were built for it. We just have to wake up and get completely equipped, completely prepared. Get your grow on, okay, for what's going on. Now, how do you build consistency? You build consistency by showing up daily, by keeping it simple, and by repeating until it's effortless. That sounds so easy, right? Once the momentum builds, it actually is. It actually is. I don't have a problem after a couple weeks of getting down on my yoga mat. I don't have issue now at all, of course, with my skincare routine, because that's something I do consistently, of course. But there are other things. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working at it. I'm gonna keep working at being consistent. I want you guys to keep working at being consistent. So you start small. You don't over plan. You don't overthink. You just do. This is the key to being consistent. You know, show up daily, keeping it simple, and repeat until it's effortless. Discipline is a muscle. The more you flex it, the stronger it gets. And one day, what was difficult, what was hard, what was challenging, it's easy. It's what you do now, right? So that's the reward in it. And then the real reward is the transformation. So yeah, consistency is exactly what the doctor ordered. So whether it's skincare, your goals, your life, remember this: your confidence comes from consistency. Your future success does not depend on motivation, because motivation is a feeling. So your future success does not depend on if you feel motivated. Your future success depends on the discipline that you have to be consistent and show up every day and do what you have to do to get the results, the transformation that you're seeking. Make the decision today to be someone that keeps going no matter what. Till the next video, I'll see you soon. If you're enjoying this video, please click the like button. And if you find any of this content useful, or if you think it will be useful for someone else, possibly your sister, your mother, your aunt, or even your neighbor down the street, then make sure that you hit that share button. Subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye now.